You know, and I know, and they know, and we go all in. You know, and I know, they know, 'cause we go all in. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest edition of What You've Been Missing. It's your boy K Dizzle DC, and your man to my other side is my confidant, main man 50 grand. Have streams. Tell him what it is, Hef.
What it do, ADU fan? What's up, K Dizzle? It's your boy,
What's
Hef Streams, man. Happy Sunday to you.
what's the word, Big Bird? Look, we
Man,
are in the middle of this daggone San Fran and Cowboy game. I don't know about you, but I'm rooting for you know who. Um,
man, we don't go for the Cowboys on
we
this
go for that.
podcast. If you watch the ADU podcast from here on out, if you didn't know, you should know by now. We anti Dallas Cowboys.
anti anti we are not fans of the Dallas Cowboys. We are aware of that 110%. Right now they're losing. We'll see what happens. But look, man, how was your week, my guy?
Man, week was good, man. Week
Week
was
is good.
good. Spending more time with the baby and the family, of course. Each and every day, my baby girl Nova is doing her thing. She turned one, like I said, first of the year. It's always fun, So just trying to enjoy that time being a daddy, being a pappy.
Oh man. I remember when they were that little. Mine ain't little no more. They got cell phones and don't think about me anymore. But look, there's a lot going on this weekend. You want to start it open with sports, man? Since it's
I
going
mean,
cracking
we're
off a
not gonna
minute.
we're not gonna sit in sports too long. We
No,
all
we're not
know
gonna sit in sports too long.
it's been the NFL divisional playoff round, and I'm not sure how your parlay's been cracking out there, people, but I've been falling just a little short because if you didn't know, man, the Giants stayed home yesterday. They didn't even show up. What
Shout
was
out to
what
the
was
New York Football Giants.
what was good? I mean, I know you were obviously rooting for your Eagles, K Dizzle, but what was good with that game, bro?
But we knew what it was. Everybody knew what it was. I think the pundits wanted to make it closer than what it actually was. So it was just a
Okay,
question of trying to hype up what we knew was going to be a blowout because the Giants ain't had no skin in the game. One
had
thing,
nothing.
one things that everybody kept saying was they playing with house money, and that was the truth of the matter. They playing with house money. It was a win, lose, or draw. They were happy to get where they were. They knew they wouldn't come out of Philly with a win. So I think we did put them on notice. It was a statement game, and whoever wins this game right here is coming to Philly. So
And the Kansas City Chiefs took care of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and shout out to the Jaguars. They had a good run.
shout out to the Jags.
It was what it was, like you said. I mean, I think the NFL shaped up to be the best teams are left.
Hmm.
You don't really see any teams in there that aren't supposed to be in there.
Right.
So I think the 49ers and the Cowboys have a tough finish in this fourth quarter. We'll see what's going to happen there. But I'm starting to see Philly. Not to look too far ahead, but I'm seeing Philly and the Chiefs, man. Even though Joey B is playing some strong football,
Joey B is playing lights out, bro. I got Philly and the
that
Bengals.
playoff, that
You got to
playoff
remember the
stuff.
Bengals have their number. The Bengals have their number. So be on the lookout, man. Hey, if you want to join in tonight, as we always do, we love to have your insight. We got a lot of different topics we're going to roll through tonight. We got one deep dive that I think is going to be very interesting to say the least. So, as always, the number is 301-857-1757. 757. I can't talk tonight.
That's
Um,
all good, K. Dizzle. Let them know, man, because we live on Sunday nights. Even though it's some big football right now, the All Dressed Up podcast is still here, still going strong.
Still standing. Antoine Fisher. What's up, Mika? Mika's in the
What's
building. We're
good?
going for
What's
some
good,
big
Miss
things tonight.
Mika?
410's in the building.
I feel I
410's in
feel
the
good. I
building.
feel safe when 410 Beards in the building. Shout out to my man 410 Beard. But if you don't know, when you come through this show, we always try to have fun. We're always interactive with each and everybody on here. Don't be afraid to have fun in the chat. Be yourself. Come through, text the line. And if you don't follow us, please follow us on Instagram. Please like, share, and subscribe to us on YouTube because it's going to be a huge 2023, K Dizzle.
2023, year of the GOAT. Put the work in, get the results. That's it. It's like losing weight. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but as long as you stay consistent, we're gonna be good. But look, where you want to take it first?
Hey, before we leave sports, did you catch the Laker Memphis game the other night?
No, I did not. I did not, but I heard about it. I heard enough about it.
So I was watching, my man LeBron, because you know how I mess with LeBron heavy.
Mhm.
They were playing the Memphis Grizzlies, and for some reason, the Grizzlies been carrying themselves with this swag about them. Like they just been talking a lot of shit, like not just to the Lakers, but to the Golden State Warriors. And I mean, I love the young dogs out there playing and not being afraid, right?
Mhm.
But they ain't won shit yet. You know what I'm saying? So whatever happened on the court, the uncle OG Shannon Sharp from TV and the former
Mhm.
tight end ended up barking with like the whole Memphis Grizzlies team.
Mhm.
And Shannon was by himself on the sideline looking like the whole Memphis Grizzlies team by himself. and, and shout out to Shannon Sharp because he definitely, he held himself down. But Adams came over, the players came over, and then right after that, your boy T Morant, John Morant's daddy,
Yeah, Ja Morant's dad.
it got a little foolish out there, but I guess they patched it up and they squashed it at halftime. The old men went back to their seats and they enjoyed the second half.
Had to. I think Memphis got a little swag to him. Ja Morant, yeah, look, he benches 500. Why? Why would you even do it? But here's the thing, man. Ja Morant has always had this swagger since he hit the league. Like he's an all-star MVP.
He's a dog, man.
He
really
is.
is.
He is. But there's a difference when there's a Dame Lillard dog and there's a Ja Morant dog, right? There's two different animals. Two different animals. When you got game, you don't have to do as much talking. But Ja Morant has all the talk and the game, which he's that dude who used to play on the court that used to get on your nerves all the time. All the time. But as soon as go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but he can back it up though, bro.
He can back it up, but as soon as it don't go his way, he gonna start complaining. All you gotta do is get him out of his game, get him to start complaining, and he gonna fall apart.
Hey, look, man, that's that young boy shit. But shout out to Ja Morant. The NBA is definitely picking up. I'm not gonna talk too much, but me and the baby, we going out to Brooklyn next week to check out the Nets and the Lakers. So I'm really excited for that.
Okay.
I'll tell you how it is, K Dizzle. But what's your let's roll it out, man. What's your take coming into today's episode? What's on your mind?
I want that deep dive just hit me, bro. It just hit me. You see the title of it. We're gonna go into it, but let's go before we do, because I know we got a bunch of different articles we're gonna run through.
I got something to tell you too.
Go. No, tell me now. Tell me now.
Let me tell you now.
Tell me now.
It's a news update.
Okay. I need it.
So first off, it's worthy of stopping the show because we all know one of our most loyal ADU family members, HCG herself, Miss Bianca, got proposed to yesterday.
Oh,
by the OG herself, DJ AA. Shout out to one of my favorite. Shout out to one of my favorite. We're gonna get there, Erica. Come on in, Erica. Come on in. Welcome back, Erica. We missed you, babe. So look, my favorite couple, man. Bianca got proposed to. Shout out to SG the Damager, DJ AA, and Beautiful B, man. It was beautiful. I didn't have a chance to go because my family was under the weather. What up, Shanae? Shout out to Shanae.
In the building.
But because I was taking care of the family, we missed it. But I saw the Instagram video. It was off the hook. Congratulations. I know y'all gonna do it big. Shanae says, my bitch, your fiance. I just had to tell you though, man, because we love Bianca and DJ AA. So shout out to the new engaged couple.
Shout out to the engaged couple. And you know what? That news update is right on point to where we're rolling into our deep now. It's okay. A good idea.
It's perfect.
but hold on, we gotta get this with Erica. What Erica said. What's up with people telling everybody they like to get peed on?
Well, is that what they like to do? Is that what? There's so many
No.
questions in that question right there. So you want to get to it?
Yeah. So tell them what that's referencing to, my guy.
All right. So since Erica asked, because I'm gonna get back to my take on what I wanted to come out with later, because I'm still beefing with Netflix, man. But I'm gonna talk about that later.
Oh my gosh.
So who knows who P Diddy is, aka
Stop.
Puff Daddy,
You talking about P Diddy,
aka
P-E-E Diddy?
I'm
Exactly.
I'm asking the chat who knows who P Diddy is, because apparently a lot of people
I'm
having
crying.
these podcasts are doing a lot of, I call it viral talk. They talking their shit to get viewers, and like, look, we talking about their podcast. They're not talking about mine. But at the end of the day, do you think it's appropriate to come out there and talk to people about how you get down with golden showers?
Mm, mm.
Especially when you got a platform of that magnitude, and then people can start drawing and connecting the dots on who you could have received your golden shower from.
I guess when you get money, you get into different things. We did not need to know that. I
Is
agree
that
wholeheartedly.
what it is though? Is it
We you
because
get money, you
the
gotta
money
start doing
turns you
different
out?
things.
The money
And
turns you out.
money changes people. Apparently,
Mm.
P Diddy likes to pee on people. Apparently, if
But
if
did
you
she
do, just
say
keep it to
that, or did
yourself.
she say she enjoyed
I
it
think she's hold on.
receiving it? I believe she said she received it and it made her feel some type of way. Not to be messy, but that's what she said.
That she likes it.
Yeah. So, I guess you add one plus one, because I guess she does mess with Diddy. So there you
She
go.
likes golden showers.
Right.
She likes golden
She's
showers.
sitting on her podcast. They're playing a game. They're drawing cards, I guess, that ask questions. And I guess the question was on the card, and I guess she answered it. But
So
that's true. But that's true, Erica. I don't think she said Diddy per se. She just said she
no,
she gets down like that.
yeah, she likes receiving it. Yeah, it says young Miami likes admits she likes golden showers.
But I don't care.
So, as a man, are you peeing on your woman?
As a man, I I'm man. I was
Are
about
you?
to fuck up and say, me, K Dizzle, but I can't even start my answer by saying, me, K Dizzle. Because that would put a lot of pressure on you. But I'm just saying, like, here's what I start to think, right?
Go ahead.
How do
Go ahead.
you get how do you get in that position? Because a lot of people can say I'm green. You can call me whatever you want to call me. But how do you get in the position? At what point in your relationship do you get to the comfort level of saying, I like to receive a golden shower today?
Or pee on me, daddy.
And then when you bring that, and when you cross that bridge, for one, then I have to start thinking about you.
You can't look. Do you look at the person the same way again?
Absolutely not, because I'm gonna always think this ain't the first time.
Yeah.
This ain't the first time.
Yeah.
Not all of a sudden on January 22nd, 2023, you want to get peed on. This is the first time. I make you feel that special. I don't feel I got too many questions, K Does. What you think?
Yeah. I mean, you guys got some valid points. Look, it could just be wanting to go viral, but that ain't it to go viral for. But at the same time, um, it's just one of those things where, yeah, you start questioning the person's resume,
That
their
was
body count, their
hilarious.
history, about who you've allowed to pee on you prior to our situation. And so
Miss
now
Mika
I'm thinking,
says,
I don't care what the soap is. I
Miss
don't care
Mika
what kind
says,
of soap.
who else has peed on you?
Exactly.
Question of the hour.
I need to know because I'm concerned. Because what if we run into some of your old things, right? We somewhere and be like, yeah, we used to date back in the day. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for me. Yeah, me and Carisha used to be, we used to be a thing. But then now I got to picture you peeing on her.
It changes everything
It
for
changes
me.
everything. Changes everything.
I hate to say it, but if
No,
you've ever
it's no for
allowed
me, dog.
your man to do that, more power to you, or your partner, whatever, more power to you. But it changes everything for me. For Hef streams, we have a whole entire complexity of levels of questions now. Bama's ain't even drinking water properly, and
I
you getting
know
pissed on.
your pH balance is
Have you
off.
been to the bathroom at the stadium lately?
Is it? I mean, it's just no. It's not it. Y'all keep that. Y'all keep that in the closet too. You wealthy people do that stuff, and just let that be that.
All right,
I
but then
just
let me ask you this though. But when you get to the point of, because I don't know how she's gotten to the point that she's enjoyed it. Like, did she volunteer? Did she ask for it? Did a person, just ask her? Could they do it to her? But she's gotten to the point, speaking of Young Miami, that she enjoys these things. But
well,
like, how do you feel? We're supposed to feel that you're telling us about this. I don't think it's right. I think it's nasty, personally.
yeah, exactly. Next, because
Y'all brought it
now
up, man.
I'm thinking you got dirty bed sheets. I'm thinking everything about y'all now. It's not a cool thing. So shout out to Diddy out here giving golden showers to his girls. Just keep
Hey,
some stuff to
man.
yourself, man. What's
Before we get off of these foolish entertainers, man, I also saw the court drama is continuing, man.
come on, man. Come
I
on.
saw your boy Thugger in
Come
court
on.
get the hand-to-hand action pause from his co-defendant. And what did he do? He said, "Oh, I ain't asked for this." He said, "I ain't asked for this," and apparently he was trying to get the perky on the low.
Wait.
So it's getting nasty out there,
Did you see the video? As soon as the court was adjourned, my man gets up,
man.
beelines it right to the defendant's desk, and taps him on the shoulder, says, "Hey, dap," and then slides him the perk
It
like
was like a
nobody saw
hot. It
it.
was like a hot potato.
It was nobody saw it, bro.
Young Thug,
Nobody
hey
saw it,
Erica, Young
man.
Thug was out there like, "Hey brother, give me that. Go ahead and just drop it by in court." And he came through with the slow dap, like they
It was
was in
crazy.
church. He gave him the church dap.
It was
Like
crazy,
if
bro.
anything, he should have just dropped something on the floor, kept it moving. But I mean,
Hold on, man. Hold on, Pim. You got to see this. You got to see this. Okay, I have to show this. Do you see the screen?
yes,
Is
I
it on
do.
the? All right,
I
so
see it.
let me back it up. Right, this man walks right up to Young Thug.
Watch the church dap. Watch the church
Yeah.
dap.
Hey, brother. All right, hold on to that. Thank you. Appreciate you. And he tries to get out a locked door.
Mm.
Police right there. Hey, bro. Nah, that ain't cool. We ain't doing that today. Are you serious? Hold on. They zoom in on it. That's crazy.
Man, I bet you Young Thug probably was like, "Are you for real?" He was like, "You really here? You really behind me? You really beside me right now?" Oh no, this is not. I did not ask for this, Your Honor.
This
No, I
is
didn't.
not. That's not life, bro. That's not life.
You
I don't know
can't
how
make
stupid
this
you can
up.
be. How much more stupid you can be to do
You
something like
can't.
that. To do something like that, bro. You got to leave the drugs alone, especially when you're in court. Especially when you're in
Mm.
court, man. Look, I, I think. Hold on, man.
Best
You gonna
wishes to
best
YSL.
wishes to why they all going to jail. They all going to jail. All right, we hit Memphis. We hit Shannon. Quick playoff talk. I'm trying to go down the list. Oh,
I ain't get a chance to talk shit about Netflix.
go ahead. I
All
don't
right,
know why.
thank
Go
you.
ahead. Because
So,
Bullet Train was a good movie. I don't care what you say.
what's
What's up, Hal?
good, Aunt
Melinda.
Lindy? Happy birthday. So, usually when we start the show, we get our takes off, but Erica wanted us to talk about P. Diddy.
She did.
But I
She
do want to
pushed it.
get back on something that I talked about a couple of weeks ago.
What's that?
Netflix is trash. And Netflix has been trash. And I'm tired of everybody walking around telling me to go review these series and go review these movies because I'm not going to give them any more of my time. I
Oh my
finished
god.
watching I finished watching Glass Onion, the
Why did
Knives
you
Out
finish watching
mystery.
that? Nobody told you to go watch that.
because I was so far in the movie at this point. Like I was already 3 sleeps in. I watched the movie. I fell asleep 3 times. So at this point, I gotta finish it. So I
Uh,
turned it on during the day. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and try to take it serious. Long story short, man, that shit was terrible. I was telling my girl, no, it wasn't good. The way they trick you is they put these real, magnificent casts together and these exotic islands and shit, so you get real nice imagery and all that. But the storyline was trash. The plot was trash. I don't recommend if you. I got a challenge for anybody. Tell me, tell me when the next good Netflix show or movie comes on that everybody isn't already on,
I
so
think
I can watch it.
one is decent that I haven't finished it is yeah, it's all about Southside. See, it's all about Southside. But
But that's on Hulu, right?
no, that's on Kaleidoscope. You goddamn it, Erica. Kaleidoscope. I've started watching some of those
I ain't started
episodes. It's
watching
really
that
good,
yet.
really good. But um,
I heard that was like Goosebumps. Like you can pick where you want to go.
yeah, so Southside is on HBO Max. Southside is definitely good on HBO Max.
I do want to
She's
watch
hella
Last of
hilarious.
Us though. I do want to watch The Last of
I
Us on
have not
HBO
started
Max.
watching that. I have not started watching that. That's going to be really good. I played a
All
video
right.
game.
I'm gonna watch The Last of Us on HBO Max. If it's good, I'm gonna come back talking shit like we should review it because that's the last go I'm gonna give.
Did you watch Southside yet?
No.
No, it's not about no aliens. It's
It's
about the end
about
of the
it's
world.
about the
It's a
apocalypse.
virus.
I love
It's a
all that
virus.
apocalyptic shit.
I mean, everybody's where's we going.
I was fucking with Walking Dead heavy until they got the season 38. You can't I'm not
You
I'm
mean
not
you missed the whole season 17?
I will not watch your series
Yo,
if it ends up being like ER, I'm not watching it.
how many did it have? It has 16 seasons. It was a
What
lot.
ER?
It was a lot. No, no, no. I'm talking about Walking Dead.
It's still going.
No, it's not. Are they still
I think
going?
they might have just did the finale.
Yeah, I think they did a finale. That's
Man,
right.
let's pick it up, bro. We got some chat action. We see a lot of our familiar faces and family out
Talking
here,
about all
man.
those weirdo shows. You're a
Let's
hater.
go. Let's go ahead, man. You came up with a real strong deep dive, K Dizzle. So go ahead and roll it out, man.
Okay, so the the title of tonight's episode is Yours, Mine's, and Ours. Okay.
Yours, mine, and
Yours,
ours.
mine's, and ours. So in a relationship, right? I've heard this numerous times. I have a question for the chat. Okay. Chat. If you're in a relationship, do you have a joint bank account or do you have your bank account, his or her bank account, and a joint bank account? That's the magic question because I'm saying anything. Are you saying, yeah, you saying anything? Because then the question is it your money, is it her money, or is it our money?
K Dizzle's talking about couples and finances, Erica.
Couples and
She's talking about
finances. You
polygamy.
talk about yeah, you going ham. I know that show is on with the 2-on-1 and all that nonsense. But look, couples in finances. When we talking about money, see, all right, I prefer a joint account, and then we both have individual accounts.
All right, so
Okay,
why do you prefer a joint account, Erica?
explain yourself. Okay, because I think some of this could lead into trust issues. I think some of it could lead into trust issues. Individuals accounts. Okay, so 410 says individual accounts. Now, how are the bills split? Both of them. Mika says both of them. Okay. Again, when we're talking about yours, mine's, and ours, house stuff. Okay. So now most of them saying, I think most of them are like this. You have your account, she has her account, and then you have a main account that you both have access to and that you both put money into to pay the bills. Right? Does that make sense, Hef?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens if one or the other doesn't continue to put their money in the account to pay the bills? So it's just you paying the bills.
It's a
Then
valid
what?
question. That's a valid question. Then you got to have that conversation. And that's one of those conversations. That's one of those,
Hmm.
yeah. So I've noticed that there hasn't been too many interactions with you in this account as of late.
All right, and let's say this. Hold on. One
Erica
makes,
already
I
saying
know,
K
I
Dizzy, we
know.
gonna have big problem.
One makes more than the other, right? Let's say one
Man,
makes more than the
you
other.
already putting in variables.
I'm putting in variable. One makes more than the other. Okay. We got a yours account, we got a mine account, we got an ours account. How are we, if we only got the ours account for the bills, right? You got your account, I got my account. I'm living life a different way because I'm making more money than what you bring it in. Right?
I don't want to trump the whole. I don't want to trump the whole conversation, right?
Go
But
ahead.
my thing, K does lives. You got to ask the question.
Hmm.
Like when you sit down and talk about finances with your significant other, your ultimate goal by having this conversation is for what? Is to do what?
What's the ultimate goal?
That's the question.
Hmm.
So it depends on what your ultimate goals are financially, because
Right.
like me and my girl, we're talking about investing. Like
Okay.
we've already talked about joint accounts, and we've had joint accounts that we didn't even use. And just speaking on personal experience, like we sat down, we said we were going to open the joint account. We had the joint account access, we still do,
Hmm.
but we tend to do just average hood motherfucker shit and just like cash app each other and like Apple Pay each other for different things, and like the bills get taken care of. But ultimately we sat down and we said, look, it's a new year, right?
Hmm.
We definitely need to get a grip on our finances because we need to talk about investing. So
Okay.
now, since our focus, with our relationship is on investing,
Hmm.
what up, Arizona? When I'm thinking about investing, I think now we can focus on, okay, what type of accounts do we want to set up? Where do we want to put the money now?
Mm.
Oh
Whoever
my
is the
goodness.
man's should pay the majority of the bills 80%.
I think she said man's man. I'm definitely
Right.
not the
That
man.
was the man's
I'm
man.
not the man's man.
So this is why I asked this question, because now the quandary comes into play. All right, you got your account, I got my account, we have our account. We both equally put money into our account to pay the bills. But I make more money than you do, and you make less money than I do.
But what's up with just having that boring ass setup to where you just have the account to pay the bills? Like that's not a productive account. The bills, I mean, I'm not trying to sound too cocky and shit, but like a whole account just for bills?
Hey, that's how some people do it. I'm just saying that's how some people
Maybe I'm
do it.
doing it wrong. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
So that's why I'm asking this question. Because when we talk about couples and finances, I think when we start, you can have your, if you have your account and they have their account, and you have a joint account, or you have your account, they have their account, that can always start some trust issues either now or in the future. Because if I don't know what you have and you don't know what I have, that could start some trust issues, especially when the income for the household is complete is is significant enough to make a difference.
See, that's what the old heads used to call that mama don't know money.
Hmm.
That money that they would get like for bonuses and stuff that didn't get direct deposited. Erica says we don't have to have a joint account, but as long as you can produce your money, we cool. But if I start seeing your money always funny, I'm gonna look at you sideways because what's going on?
Yeah, and see, and Shanae says most couples out here living like roommates.
Mm.
So, you know,
Shout out to
so
those couples out here living like roommates.
I pay all mine. You just handle the groceries that I need to eat after I'm broke. You pay the cable bill, I pay the water bill. What if one of those get cut off?
Mm.
Then that's a trust issue, right? Now you're gonna be upset because that person's doing. But let's say
Now you take a score in May
now you're taking score.
and
Let's just
June.
so let's just say, because like I said, the disparity comes here. If I make more than you, right, and I'm doing what I want to do. I'm going out. I'm buying new clothes, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and you just doing with what you can and paying the bills and trying to save, right? How does that look within a relationship?
First off, I've never heard of a man make more money than a woman and then have a joint bank account where she's contributing the bills. I never heard of that.
Okay.
Especially if it's a big difference. Like a real man's not gonna have like let's say he's making 200 a year and she's making
Hmm.
80.
Right.
Hypothetically, right? I couldn't imagine him having a joint bank account just for bills.
Hmm.
But maybe I'm wrong though. You know what I'm saying? Because how is she gonna think? Is she gonna be? Is that woman gonna be wrong for thinking, damn, like you making all that much more money than I am? Why can't you help me build and grow and take care of the bills? Because if I wasn't here, you'd have those bills anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just all right. Just listening.
I
You
gotta,
know, you
hey,
plead the fifth tonight.
I gotta
Cold
throw the
blooded.
questions. I gotta throw the questions out there because there's different sides to it. You
It's
know.
so many different sides to it. So I know there's certain situations where it makes sense if you're in it together, right? And you have separate bank accounts, right? You can do one or two things. You can have a joint. I'm thinking you can have a joint bank account where you put all our money in, and that's where it is, right? There's no mine, there's no yours. It's only ours. Or you can have separate bank accounts, right? Separate bank accounts, and you can have one pay all the bills. If they make more money, significantly more money, they pay all the bills, and then you bank the others, the other partner's money into savings. All their money goes to savings. All your money goes to pays bills and other stuff.
And
If
see,
it's that significant enough.
and even if it is though, I'm not an advocate for that joint bank account to be just an account for her to be dipping and pulling out money though.
No.
Like
Oh,
if they would
okay.
like let's say again you got the guy making all the money and his
Hmm.
his girl's making 80, some decent income, decent living. But now he's saying he's paying all the bills with his account. There's no
Right.
joint account for bills. So now that joint account, is she just pulling money from that account or is she depositing money as well?
No, no. Let's just say it's just your account and my account. My money my money, let's say I'm the one that makes less money. My money just goes into my account. It just goes savings. That's it. And extra stuff that we want to do. Right. Her money goes all to the bills, 100% to the bills. So now you said it's just for house bills. So now I'm building our savings and she's taking care of all the bills. You see what I'm
Because you
saying?
said you make less money as the
I'm
guy.
making less money as a guy. Okay. I'm making less money as a guy. Wife's making 100, 150, 200,000. I'm making 90,000. All my money goes into savings. All her money goes into the bills. Now, your individual accounts for what you want to do. Uh, For what you want to do, meaning what? What does that mean?
What she's saying is it's whatever you want with it. You don't have to explain anything. I'm sure you
So,
probably have to come to the table when it came to the joint money, but it's their account.
so my question is, why do I have to explain it? If we have a joint account, it's our account, right? And we're communicating, and I buy something, and we're communicating. Why do I have to explain it?
But here's the bullshit behind it though. And I'm gonna take your question and jump on top and take it further. Like I can sit there and divvy up my money in a certain way too, to where I might be playing with some money over here in this joint account, but all my real money is over here in this account.
Hmm.
So it's not even like I don't even think it's really that straight up if you're not being really upfront about your expenses and your income. Like if I got a whole bunch of money in my personal account,
Hmm.
but we're over here negotiating money in this savings account, it doesn't make sense as a couple, in my opinion.
No,
That's
no.
that's just again, that's just my opinion. I don't think that would make sense for the overall well being for that couple.
No, well, money complicates it. And believe it or not, more couples than you think have this type of setup. They have their account. They have one person has their account, the other person has their account. Then they have one account that just goes for bills. Or they have each individual accounts, right? And then this person's taking care of this bill, this bill, this bill, and that person's taking care of this, and this, right? And so the honors goes on, well, what are we doing together? Where are we going to spend or save our money together? And do we both know what we both have? Right? Because now, if I'm sitting here, I got stacks in the bank, another person doesn't have stacks in the bank, and they
Right.
feel it a certain way. Because here's what happens when your money's low, when your money is low, you operate in different fashions, right? You operate in a different fashion. So imagine being in a relationship. This person's money's here, and their person's money's here. You're operating on two different levels.
Let me put myself out there real quick, right?
Go ahead.
Because y'all try to say, I try to be a little bit private when I'm on the air. I'm gonna put myself out there. So I already kind of told you how me and my girl break the finances down when we pay bills. It's a little bit
Mhm.
funny, right? But there comes times because we do have our own accounts, and I'm not
Mhm.
looking and logging into her account. She's not looking and logging into mine. But if I feel like my card's hot,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like if I feel like my debit card has just been hot lately, I'm gonna tell you what we do, what I do, right? Who plays spades in the chat? Raise your hand. So it's like me and my girl are playing spades. We're on the same team.
Mhm.
Her hand's her account, my hand's my account, right? I look over at her when I can get that time, and I'll be like, "How many spades you got?" I'll be like, "Hey, babe, how many spades you got?"
What you sitting on? What you sitting on?
Yeah, because when my card's real hot, I'd be like, hey babe, what you sitting on over there? Because it's hot over here. I've been in the line of
Bees in the
fire.
trap.
I know you got some ammo left, babe. What's up? so that if you know me, I like to tell my shit with analogies and stories. So
Right, right.
I'll be in look again. I'll be looking over like I know she got some clips. I know she got some clips left. Arizona. I'll be like, I know she got clips left. But it's all love though, man. That's why I say, and I'm gonna let you go back in, is like when you have those joint accounts
Mhm.
for those people in a relationship, ain't you cutting down? Like, what type of conversation do you have? Do you set boundaries on the joint account, or is it just like, look, we're gonna just make this a get in where we fit in account as a couple?
I think the only way it works is you set a level of discretion, right? So, in full transparency, in my house, my wife's the homemaker. She takes care of the kids. She doesn't
Okay.
work, and I'm the only one making money. So she, a lot of times, she'll say, "I don't want to spend your money," right? And I'm like, there is no yours or my money. It is our money. So I fight that battle. The only thing that we make sure we have a conversation on is if we decide on making any type of large purchases. So I don't go out and say, if I want to go spend, three, four, $500 or something like that. I'm having a conversation first before I move. Before I move, if it's
Okay.
like under $100, I don't talk. We don't call. We don't do none of that.
So did that happen over time with experience, or did y'all set that as just parameters?
That happens, just experience, because
Yeah,
as
because
soon as you buy something,
help the younger couples out, K Dizzle.
because the moment you buy something that's a little extravagant, okay, not extravagant, extra, then the conversation starts to be had. Hey, what are we doing? I didn't know we were moving in that direction. And so in order to avoid that conflict, right, because the bills are the bills, our money is our money, and that's all that there is. We start having conversations about it. We communicate before we do any big stuff like that. Now, my wife communicate on spending stuff I don't even care about. Hey, I'm thinking about this. I don't care. Do it. Because my whole process and premise is like, all right, if you need it, you're going to buy it. We'll figure it out. As long as it's not taken out of what our bigger plans are. Now, the
It
reason why we
sounds
have a
like you do
conversation,
that. It sounds like you might do that so when you want to spend, you can get your spend on.
when I want to spend, I can get my spend on. No,
Yeah.
I wish. No. Um, I have taken my shots back in the day, but I've got burned for it. Um, and my wife's a little more frugal than I am. But the
Okay.
moral of the story is when you don't, transparency, let me read this real quick. transparency with money is important because a lot of couples will break up because of the money issues. You
Yep.
can't be responsible, and then you're not because you're going to drain me because I'm always bailing you out of jams.
Mm.
That's where the conversation needs to be had. If one person has their money, the other person has their money, and we're working separately in that fashion, there's no way if I'm better at managing, then I can help you manage your finances better because I don't know what's going on. The only thing I've given you is one or two things to pay for. And if I see you're having problems with it, I'm going to come and ask questions, but I'm going to also be upset because now I got to pull out what I was doing to help you and your responsibilities because you weren't up to par with taking care of it, which creates the conflict. So I think it's important when you do pull that money together and pull it together. But again, it takes a lot of trust, a lot of patience, and a lot of understanding. And I think a lot of reasons why people don't do this is because they're afraid of fully committing to that with money, right? We can commit mentally, physically, emotionally, and put our emotions into it. But when we start committing the money to it, then it puts a final touch on it. Because if you have your own stuff here, then you're always going to feel like you have an out, right? Because that person's going to think, okay, they ain't doing what they're supposed to do with their money. I can I can do better without that person. I can, you know what? I don't even have to deal with it. All it's doing is giving you an out to release yourself from the relationship, right? Because you're saying, okay, I got my own money, I can do my own thing. I'm gonna just get out of here. Instead of committing to that person, committing to the relationship, and actually helping that person along where they need to get as far as their financial literacy is concerned. Because if we're doing it separately, we're never getting it together. We're only committing to small things together, right? We're committing to small things. It's just like a relationship, right? You start committing to going out, you start committing to doing things together, and then we start committing to call ourselves, whatever we want to call ourselves. But we have to, exactly, that person has to want to be helped as well. But in order for them to want to be helped, you got to show them where they're inaccurate because
Well,
just like any other thing, right? Just like any other thing, if we having issues with communication, there's no way I can help you if we don't address that first. If there's area in our relationship which you're weak at, we both have to be open, willing to come to the table and say, hey, um, we need to fix this. Do we need to work on this? Either we can work on it together or we can work on it with a third party, i.e., therapist or whatever the case may be. But we need to fix it together. That's why I think when you talk about money, you have yours, mine, and ours. That creates a whole dynamic that gives people too much leeway to think they have an out, right?
absolutely.
It gives too much way to have it out because we can always, I can always, if I get upset, he can go in there and close that account, take the money. Or if he gets upset, he can go in there and take and close out that money. Then it becomes a whole different thing, whole different thing. So I know I went long winded, um, but it's important to when we're talking about finances, they ties into the relationship as well. It ties into the actual commitment to that we've made to each other about growing and building something together. Like you said, investing. If we want to invest together, we got to look at what we're bringing in, what's going out, and then what we're going to put aside to make sure that we invest into what we say we want to do. And not only just doing that, just having a plan of down the road how soon we want to get there, how soon we want to get there, and how much money it's going to take for us to get there. The same way we plan to buy a house, we want to put money aside so that we have for closing, so that we have for down payment. But you got to put a plan to get there, pay your bills on time, and then set those things in motion. But when we're talking about money, it always gets funny because people always want to have that out. They always want to have to say, "This is my little stuff right here, and I don't want you touching this." But you can do it with yours. I'll do it with mine, and then we'll just pay this stuff together. So trust me, more relationships than you think operate into three accounts, three whole accounts, which is bananas, bananas. Yeah, some people feel like you're my partner, so you're obligated to bail me out, and that's not fair. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree wholeheartedly.
But
But
real quick, I just want to say you also have to know yourself too,
mhm,
because I know 410 Beardy has said that earlier in the chat. Like, if I'm doing anything where the best outcome is because we're 50-50,
mhm,
I gotta know myself. And if I know I'm not managing money well, or I'm not the best money manager, I gotta be transparent, like Erica said with my partner, and just be like, look, I'm not good at this. And it takes a lot for a person to look at themselves and just have that level of admission. And you have to have that, in my opinion, in a successful relationship, because you're not going to be perfect at everything.
right.
And how about them Cowboys, right? If you didn't know, they did just take their L. But just know yourself, and it's okay if you're not good at managing money, but you got to be transparent, because we're talking about something you can equate to on paper, where you can honestly say, look, it wasn't 50-50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to be true to your partner if you come up short, or if you can even, pay more, because if you don't, it definitely will lead to resentment.
Mhm.
Finances and poor communication about where you're spending your money. When one partner is messing up their credit, and you might not even know what's going on with that. I've seen, hey, and not to get off topic, but we've seen some instances to where people have been applying for some things, and partners look at each
They
other
get
and say,
denied. Yep.
What happened? You know? So again, we covered a lot, but this is one of those topics, man, and I really appreciate Kate Dizzle for rolling it out tonight and talking about, do you separate your money, or is it all together?
It's a small question, but it leads to so many other things. Like you said, I've seen situations where people start going into foreclosure, and the spouse had
Mm,
no idea, because we had split up the responsibilities, and then there's an expectation that they're taking care of it. But the moment it comes up and creeps up, and it's not what it's supposed to be, it's long past the point of having an open conversation, because now that person has gone months and months and months and didn't say anything about their issues they're having with taking care of their own money, or or that person is saving money, building their way out, and you have no clue. It could leave you hanging high and dry.
that's what I'm
Imagine
saying.
that.
Like, I don't want you putting all your ducats over in this account and saying this is the joint account. Like, nah, that's not right. That's not fair. So, can you can you say that more successful relationships split the money and mix it up, or do they keep it to themselves ultimately? What's the
Mo-
ratio?
I don't have a
Especially
ratio.
right now. Like, what do you think? What do you think the young people are doing with all
I,
the different types of currencies coming out and different ways people are getting money? Like, I don't think that you're probably going to see as many traditional joint bank account situations.
I don't. The kids nowadays, from what I see, they don't have the same drive or same mindset as far as money's concerned, because it's not as important to them as it was to us growing up, because we used money as access to certain things and living a certain lifestyle. They don't care. They're doing what they want to do, and the money is secondary, right? They just want to do what they love now, because you got to keep in mind they've had access to whatever they wanted for a long time since they were growing up. Versus ours, we needed the money to gain the access, like we needed a license to drive, to see our friends, to have fun and go out and go places. They don't have to do those same things. So money with the youth is 100. The youths, I'm telling my age and shit, saying that the youths is a whole different animal from what we are. But I, the only way that it works, you can do the yours, mine's, and ours. You can do it, but it has to be full transparency, and it has to be total communication with everything that's going on. You can do it. It is possible to do it successfully. It just depends on the amount and the level of communication um, with each other when we're talking about the finances. Because most of the time, relationships do break up over its finances and lack of communication. Those are the two big issues.
And
Anything,
communication is always like in conjunction with everything. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, because you can have a great idea or a great plan, but if you can't communicate it to your partner, how far is it gonna go? And that's why tonight I was kind of stepping back and I was like, what's up with all this talk about just having that you, mine, and bill account? Nah, because I'm trying to build and I'm trying to grow. And I
Hmm.
think, having these conversations is what we're talking about. If you got money or if you're trying to get money, you got a partner, man, start there. Like, build with them. You don't have to go outside your household to be a creator. And when you got your business going, get your family involved and get this money. We're definitely going into what they call the time of the most transformational wealth is what they're saying.
Transformational wealth. It's been like that for the past 5 years, where you can actually do what you love, do what you want to do, and make good money from it. Um, the internet has empowered everybody to take advantage of it and profit from it. So there's more ways than one to make plenty of money in this lifetime, especially now in this day and age. But I think this was a great topic. It's a good conversation to have. If you have questions and you're in a relationship, you need to ask those questions. And it's never about what you ask, it's always about how you ask. Because the one person that knows you more than anyone else is your significant other. And how you phrase a question is going to determine how that conversation is going to start and how it's going to end. Right?
100%.
It's how it's going to and how it's going to end. So if you're in a relationship, have that conversation, talk. If you have any questions or issues or any inklings of something that may or may not feel right with you, so have tell the people where they can find you.
Hey, man, y'all know it's your boy Have Streams.
Gotta
Please
fix this,
follow
man.
me. It's all good. Please follow me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and IG. But I really hope that you guys can come on over to our YouTube channel when we go live. I do see some Facebooks. I'm not sure if we had a chat issue on YouTube tonight, but stick with us because we're trying to definitely do our thing and grow over there. But got some exciting stuff coming out. Looking forward to sharing all this with you this year. So keep sticking with us and keep your eyes open for K Dizzle DC. Tell them where you are, K Dizzle.
Everywhere: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. In your mama's kitchen. Submit your info to alldresseduppodcast.com if you want to get on
Please do.
going. Or you have any questions or ideas for new show topics, because this does not work without your interaction. We feed off of you guys. You guys help us create the conversation and taking the directions and also feed into it. Guess what? We still have the Spotify sleeper playlist, which
I
is
still
still
listen
hella
to it.
dope.
I still
Still
listen
hella
to it.
dope, which is out there. So look, as always, we always got the number. Lock this in your phone. 301-857-1757. So because we're going to guarantee one night where you're going to find something that you want to speak your truth on, we're going to bring you on and you're going to get flamed, but we're going to love you. You know, we're going to love you.
All is
So,
welcome, man.
all right, take us out. Hef, what you got going out?
Hey, man, take care of each other. Be safe. Love everybody. I love the chat. I really appreciate you, K Dizzle. We got some giveaways, some big stuff coming. We will remember who was sticking with us from the beginning because we're still going. It's going to be a big year. Have a
Big
good
year, big
night.
year.
Peace.
Peace.
And you know, and I know, and they know, and we know, we go all in, you know, and I know, they know.